But there are a couple of twists to that. So let's just start with this. Let's take the word dog. Let's just take these 3 letters, dog. How many ways can I arrange those 3 letters?
6 ways.
6, 3 factorial. There are 3 letters. How many ways can I rearrange them? 3 factorial. 3 letters in a row, 3 factorial. And if you wanted to look at those, it would look like this. What am I missing?
I have OGG twice.
I did. Oh, I need OGD. There's that better? I think I got them all. There are the 6 ways that you can arrange those letters. Now, what if I took this 3-letter word? Well, it should be the same thing, shouldn't it? And in fact, if I made this guy red, then oh. This is harder than you think. Here are the 6, I think, if I make the letter red. But in reality, the letters are all black. So what happens if I make all the letters black? There really aren't 6 arrangements anymore, right? Because aren't these 2 the same, really? And these 2 are the same, and these 2 are the same? When we arrange things that are duplicates or repeats of each other, there's a special rule we have to follow. Now, there are 3 letters. You start with 3 factorial. Anytime you are arranging n things in a row, you start with n factorial. So I start with 3 factorial. But there are 2 e's. So I divide by 2 factorial because there are 2 e's. Okay? So let's look at Samantha. How many ways can I arrange the letters of that word? Well, how many letters are there altogether? You always start with that.
8.
Forget repeats. How many are there? 8. So we start with 8 factorial.
3 factorial.
But notice that we have 1, 2, 3 A's. So we're going to divide by 3 factorial. Now, do not even for a moment think you're going to do anything crazy with that. You're not. There's no simplifying that. You go to your calculator and you type 8 factorial divided by 3 factorial. And that will tell you how many ways you can arrange those letters. So anybody have it? It's a big number. What is it?
6,000.
Okay. Everybody good with that? So let's try the classic example, the one we always do. Every math teacher in the whole wide world does this. How many ways can we arrange these letters? Well, how many letters are there? You always start with how many you've got. So how many do we have? 11. So we start with 11 factorial. Now, when you divide, what do you have that's repeating? S's, all right? How many S's are there? 4. So we start with 4 factorial. That takes care of the S's. What else do we have? 4 I's. So we divide by another 4 factorial. That's my I's. And then I have to divide by a 2 factorial because that takes care of my P's. So notice I do each duplicate individually. And again, don't even think there's any combining to do here. There isn't. You're going to go to your calculator and you're going to type it in. But since you have more than one thing in the denominator, and we've talked about this hundreds of times, anytime you have more, or at least I have, anytime you have more than one thing in the denominator, you have to put it in parentheses. So even though you think, oh man, that's not going to be that big a number, that's still a very big number. That's still a lot of arrangements that you could do. So another example, let's not do letters, because I want you to understand that you do this anytime you have duplicate books. So let's suppose that I have, in the math office, let's say, I have 8, well that's a lot, I have 4 identical Algebra 1 books, and I have 6 different trigonometry books, and I have 3 identical geometry books. Okay, so I've got this pile of books in the math office, and I need to put them on a shelf. So I'm just going to line them up on the shelf. How many ways can I arrange these books on a shelf? Okay, well think about that for a minute. How many books are there? It's just like the letters. Just like the letters. How many are there?
13.
There's 13 books. So I'm going to start with 13 factorial. If all these books were different, I'd be done. The answer would be 13 factorial. But I put this here because why? I'm going to divide by duplicates factorial. That's how we handle it. If you have anything that's identical, you divide. So what am I going to divide by?
3.
4 factorial and 3 factorial. Now, these are all trigonometry books, but they're different books. They're not identical duplicates of each other. We only divide when things are duplicates. They can be part of the same, like, category. They can all be trig books, but they're different. So they're handled individually. Only things that are identical are divided out. Like the letters are identical, so they're divided out. All right? So let's say I have 8 Republicans and 4 Democrats. How many ways can I arrange them in a line, in a row? How many ways can I arrange these guys in a row? What will that setup look like? 12 factorial.
Over 8 factorial.
I was hoping you'd say that because it's wrong. What's wrong with it? They're not all identical. Anybody in here okay with saying you're a Democrat? Anybody in here think democratically? Are you okay with saying that? I don't want to put anybody on the spot. Anybody in here okay with saying you're a Republican?
Yeah.
Okay, now, so we got Republicans in here. They're part of the same group, but are they identical? Are they absolute clones of each other? No. You don't divide unless they are exactly the same. People are never exactly the same. Okay? Books can be identical, coins can be identical, letters can be identical. People are never identical. Just because you got a group of boys and a group of girls doesn't mean you have repeats.
Preach. It's just like life lessons in Precal.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, so, but again, we get carried away sometimes with our dividing by duplicates. Remember, you're only going to divide if they're identical, and people are never going to be identical. So you're never going to divide in a boy-girl problem, junior-senior problem. You're never going to divide there. Okay? However, what we often do in problems like Republicans and Democrats and boys and girls, often when we arrange them, we want to group them together. So let's go back. If I had these 8 Republicans and 4 Democrats, and I just said simply, how many ways can you line them up in a row? The answer would be 12 factorial. Okay? But what if I said they're going to fight? So we have to keep them separated. We have to have all the Republicans sitting together and all the Democrats sitting together. How would that change things? Does anyone have a thought on that? We call this bundling. We're bundling them together. We're grouping them together. Anybody have a thought about that? So we're going to arrange these 8 people, or 12 people, I'm sorry, we're going to arrange these 12 people, but all the Republicans have to sit together and all the Democrats have to sit together. How do you think we might do that? Any thoughts? Zach? Okay, well, we are definitely going to do 8 factorial, and we're definitely going to do 4 factorial, but we aren't going to add them, we're going to multiply them. Because think of it like, remember my jumper shirt thing? And I could pick a jumper this many ways, and I could pick a shirt this many ways, so I multiplied them. I can arrange my Republicans this many ways, and my Democrats this many ways. So together, I can multiply them 8 factorial, 4 factorial. But we're not done. There's another piece to it. Can you think of another piece? Oh no, there's no division in a people problem ever.
Subtract.
Nope, we're not going to. What would we subtract? I want you to think about it for a second. So imagine here are my 8 Republicans and here are my 4 Democrats, and I'm going to arrange them. But these Republicans, I'm going to bundle them. I'm going to tie a string around them because they have to stay together. And my Democrats have to stay together. So there's a string around them. Okay, now wait a minute. So I got a bundle of Democrats and a bundle of Republicans. How many things am I really arranging then? Big picture, I'm really arranging 2 things. So I actually start with 2 factorial. That's the number of bundles that I'm arranging. Then I look at that bundle of 8 that I tied together with a string, and I say, well, wait a minute, just you 8 can be arranged this many ways, and just you 4 can be arranged this many ways. So this is the number of bundles, and then these are the individual bundles. So the answer to the problem would be that right there. That's the answer to the problem. Let's try another one. Let's suppose that I have 5 freshmen, 3 sophomores, 4 juniors, and 8 seniors. And I'm going to arrange them in a row. But the kids in each class have to sit together. Okay? So all the freshmen have to stay together, and all the sophomores have to stay together, and so on. All right, so how many ways can I do that? I'm going to seat them in a row, but I have bundled them. So I start with 4 factorial, because if you can envision these groups of people tied together, there are 4 things, and they can be arranged 4 factorial ways. But remember these 5 when I tied a string around them? I could do that 5 factorial ways. And I could do these 3 factorial, and these 4 factorial, and these 8 factorial. When you bundle things, you start with the number of bundles factorial. So in our case it was 4. And then you do each bundle factorial. back to this problem. Suppose, because sophomores are bad, I have to keep the sophomores together, but I don't care where anybody else sits. The sophomores are going to stay together so I can watch them carefully, but everybody else can sit anywhere they want. I don't care. All right, so what's that answer going to be? How are we going to do that? What am I going to start with? Here's the answer. Anybody figure that out?
You added. Isn't it 17 plus 1?
How many things am I arranging? I'm arranging these 5 individual freshmen, right? They're not grouped. They can sit anywhere they want. So I'm arranging them. I'm arranging these, and I'm arranging these. How many is that?
17.
That's 17, but then I've got a bundle of sophomores tied together. So I am arranging actually 18 things. 17 individual people in this bundle of sophomores. I'm arranging 18 things. That's 18 factorial. Now where did this come from? That's the bundle of sophomores. All right. One more, then we're going to add something else to it. One more. Let's say we've got 10 boys and 10 girls. How many ways can I arrange them so that all the boys are together? I want the boys together. I don't care where the girls sit, but I want the boys together. How many ways can I arrange them so the boys are together? 11 factorial times 10 factorial. Now, why 11? I've got 10 girls that I am arranging individually and a bundle of boys. That's 11 things. And then within that bundle, I can arrange 10 factorial ways. Everybody okay with that? All right. Let's consider the next problem. Let's suppose I go down to the cafeteria and I get my tray and I buy a banana, an apple, and a peach. And I put it on the tray, banana, apple, peach. We know, because of the conversations we've been having, that I could put that same fruit on my tray 6 different ways. Would you agree with me? There they are. So how many ways can I arrange my fruit in a row on my tray? 3 factorial. But what if, instead of a rectangular tray, what if I had a circular plate? So I'm just going to transfer these to a circular plate. So now I'm putting my fruit on a circular plate. Tell me what you notice, if anything, about this. Now I put the same fruit, I just recopied, A, B, P. I just recopied all the arrangements onto a circular plate there. What do you notice about those? Anything? Take a look at this plate, this plate and this plate. Take a look at those for a minute and tell me if you notice anything about them. Oh, now wait a minute. I'm talking about how many arrangements I can come up with, and what you just said is these three look different when I draw them, but I didn't move any fruit. What did I do? I rotated my plate. So these are really all the same arrangement. Now what about the other three? Can the same be said of those? Yeah. So wait a minute now. There were 3 pieces of fruit, but when I arrange them in a circle, they can only be arranged 2 factorial ways. 2 factorial is 2. 2 factorial ways. If you are arranging things in a circle, because of the rotational aspect of circles, it's 1 less factorial. So if I took 5 of you out in the hallway and said, let's sit in a circle, that would be 4 factorial. If I took you out in the hallway and said, let's sit on the bench, that would be 5 factorial. N things in a row, N factorial. N things in a circle, N minus 1 factorial. How many ways can I seat 8 people around a campfire? 7 factorial. How many ways can I seat 10 people on a log? 10 factorial on a log. 9 factorial around a campfire. Right? Everybody okay? Alright, so we're going to do one more problem and then we'll be done. Let's go back to our junior, senior, freshman, sophomore problem.
Would a triangle be minus 1 as well?
A triangle is like a circle. Any kind of polygon is going to be treated that way. In the real world, we very seldom arrange things like in triangle shape, so that usually isn't part of the conversation. It would be handled like a circle. All right, let's say we have 4 freshmen, 3 sophomores, 5 juniors, 6 seniors. How many ways can I arrange them in a circle? How many ways can I arrange these people in a circle? 17 factorial. 17 factorial. Everybody good with that? Alright, there's a complication to that, but that answers 17 factorial. We're not going to get into it because time is almost up. So, and you are ready to head off into the wild blue yonder.